When Future say, yeah, he did say that. He said,
but wait. Let's make one thing really clear. Lotto is beautiful. She's like
that's why Future.
She's hot. You cannot. She is bad.
That's why Future. Nigga.
Okay, well, she is bad. I'm just gonna make that clear.
You know, free bands and 21 Savage sold somebody a condo. And when they bought the condo, they didn't know the nigga kept the keys and the door opener and all that shit to get in. So when the other nigga went out of town, the nigga that sold the condo to him went back in there and took shit.
So it's like you pushing the P. Bitches want to have your kids and shit too, but you still got to be like 100% locked in with the kids. You like 100% locked in with the bitches. That's the wrong way to go.
Nobody expected this move at all. Out of nowhere, Future stepped into a situation that could flip Atlanta's entire energy upside down. One quick post online, one slick comment, and suddenly all eyes are locked on him. Because this time, the name tied to it is 21 Savage. And here's the part people need to understand. When you take shots at 21 Savage, it's never just about music. You're dealing with a circle that's been around long before plaques, charts, and sold-out tours. This isn't internet hype. This is a crew with a serious reputation in the city, and that alone makes this situation way more serious than it looks. While Future has been living comfortably, stacking streams and staying distant from chaos, 21 Savage's circle comes from a completely different background. These are people shaped by pressure, loyalty, and history, and they don't take public disrespect lightly. Add in old tensions, expose friendships that didn't age well, and career frustrations, and now you've got a messy situation heating up fast. The streets are already talking. Atlanta is buzzing, and word is spreading quick that this isn't just another online moment. When certain lines get crossed, responses don't come in interviews or statements. They come in real-world moves, and that's why people are watching this closely. To really understand how serious this looks, you've got to know who 4L actually is. This isn't just a rap label or a catchy phrase. It's a tight-knit group with deep roots, real loyalty, and a long memory. When 21 Savage talks about his past, he's not acting. He's speaking from lived experience. Future built his image on staying cool, untouched, and above the noise. That approach kept him protected for years. But the moment those invisible boundaries disappeared, things shifted fast. Meanwhile, 21 Savage has been feeling overlooked lately, especially with his latest album, American Dream, pulling in lower numbers than expected. Now stack that frustration with public praise still going Future's way, plus the tension already sitting heavy in Atlanta, and that single post suddenly feels like bad timing all around. This situation isn't just noise, it's pressure building, and everyone's waiting to see what happens next. Atlanta's balance was already shaky, and now it's starting to tilt even harder. When two heavyweight names start drifting into opposite corners, things stop being competitive and start getting personal real fast. Everything really shifted the moment those jail calls leaked. In those conversations, Young Thug didn't hold back at all. He aired out frustrations that had clearly been sitting with him for a long time, especially when it came to Future. These weren't random complaints. This sounded like built-up disappointment spilling out. In one call, Thug talked about how Future refused to do a free concert for him. Future allegedly said he didn't want to take attention away from Thug, but Thug didn't buy that explanation at all. To him, it felt like excuses, not support, especially when it mattered most.
And you just not real. You biting and you ain't real. You just a buster all the way around. Like, hey, what's wrong with you? You'll use a nigga whole life, a whole saying, and whole everything, and then don't even participate in a free a nigga campaign. Around the time I got locked up, I know for sure you would have made sure you said in one of your songs, "Free bruh," just because it's just publicity for you. Crazy, burnt that. I ain't even trying to think about these niggas. These niggas have a nigga mad. You can believe that.
Then Thug went even deeper. He described how Future's energy would change depending on who was in the room. According to him, Future would ask for feedback on music and seem locked in, until women showed up. Suddenly, Thug felt ignored, like the respect disappeared instantly. That kind of switch up left a bad taste.
Me and him ain't been tight in a minute. Yeah. And it's because he do little lame jump, like call me to the studio. You know, so I pull up to the studio, chilling with him. You asking me what to say on the song, how you should start off your song. Then there's girls in the room. Now you acting like you don't hear me telling you that. Because there's girls in here, like, just like little fake nigga like that, like little stuff like that. I don't be liking that nigga. I'm a player, like, what's wrong with you, fool? You trying to, I don't know what image you trying to get off to these girls, but you an idiot, nigga. Like, everything you know a nigga teaching you, I done taught you. Like, cut it out, bro.
Things got even more uncomfortable when Thug started talking about Future's personal decisions. He painted a picture of someone acting carelessly with relationships and emotions, mentioning a woman named Arabian as part of that story. Whether exaggerated or not, the way it was said made it hit harder. The most damaging part wasn't even the details, it was the message. Thug straight up questioned Future's authenticity. He even suggested that the image around Future doesn't match reality, especially compared to how the streets see things. Coming from someone as respected as Thug, that carries serious weight. What made these calls explode online was the emotion behind them. You could hear genuine hurt, not just anger. This wasn't rap talk. This was someone feeling let down by a person he once considered family. Once those calls surfaced, 21 Savage had a decision to make. Stay neutral, smooth things over, or stand firm. Without hesitation, he stood with Young Thug. That choice makes sense when you look at their history. 21 and Thug built their bond long before mainstream fame. When Thug got locked up on that RICO case, 21 stayed solid. Visits, support, and loyalty without cameras. Meanwhile, 21 has always felt overlooked in Atlanta conversations. Even with years of work and respect, Future still gets crowned first. Hearing Thug speak out only confirmed what 21 had already been feeling. In the end, this isn't about numbers or charts. In Atlanta, loyalty still matters more than success, and that's the line that just got drawn. In 21 Savage's world, respect always comes first, above fame, numbers, or clout. He's built his entire image on being solid, standing on principles, and staying true even when it cost him big opportunities. So when he watches Future get crowned as Atlanta's king, while whispers of fake behavior float around behind the scenes, that frustration hits different. And this tension goes way deeper than music or bruised egos. People close to the situation in Atlanta say there's real unfinished business between their camps involving serious money and decisions that left long-lasting scars. This isn't rumor-level stuff, and this is the kind of situation that sticks. Here's how the story gets told. Someone from 21 Savage's crew reportedly sold a condo to someone connected to Future's free band circle. On paper, it looked clean. Two people tied to the industry doing a normal property deal. But what happened next changed everything. The seller allegedly kept an extra key and the garage opener, not by mistake, but on purpose. So when the buyer left town thinking everything was secure, the place was cleared out completely.
You know, free bands and 21 Savage sold somebody a condo. And when they bought the condo, they didn't know the nigga kept the keys and the door opener and all that shit to get in. So when the other nigga went out of town, the nigga that sold the condo to him went back in there and took shit.
Jewelry gone, cash gone, multiple safes emptied. We're talking serious value here. This wasn't a small-time move. This was a calculated setup that likely pulled in a massive amount of money. And when security footage got checked, it was clear this wasn't random. The faces involved were familiar. That's when things crossed a line. In the streets, situations like this come with expectations. The leader is supposed to step in and make things right, either by covering what was taken or handling the situation internally. That's the code. But according to people close to the fallout, 21 Savage never fully addressed what happened. That silence created a deep divide between both sides, and the issue had nothing to do with music anymore. From Future's side, it felt like disrespect stacked on top of violation. In street culture, not handling something like this can be seen as weak, or worse, like turning a blind eye. And once that perception sets in, there's no easy reset. This is why the tension matters so much. It's not rap lines or internet moments. It's unresolved business, real losses, and broken trust. That energy finally showed publicly during 21 Savage's interview with Big Bank. Bank kept pushing the question about who really runs Atlanta. You could see 21 getting uncomfortable, dodging it, trying to move on. But the pressure was there for everyone to see. And that hesitation said more than any answer ever could. You could tell 21 Savage was moving carefully the entire time. Every time Big Bank brought up Atlanta's power rankings, 21 would shift the conversation or give a broad answer. It wasn't confusion, it was restraint. He clearly had strong feelings, but he wasn't ready to say Future's name out loud on camera. At least not directly. But when Bank finally backed him into a corner, 21 stopped dodging and said it straight. I'm gonna say me. And the way he said it wasn't playful or flashy. It was calm, serious, and grounded. That wasn't ego talking. That was someone who truly believes he's been overlooked for way too long. 21 genuinely feels like his name should be mentioned first when Atlanta's top artists come up. Not as a favor, not as a debate, but as fact. And that frustration has clearly been sitting with him for a while. Then things got even louder without a single word being said. When Bank asked who else deserved to be in the conversation, 21 listed his own people and a few others. But Future's name never came up. No shots fired, no insults thrown, just silence. And in this game, silence can speak the loudest. That moment wasn't accidental. It felt like 21 was testing the temperature, seeing how people would react if Future wasn't automatically crowned. And once the comments started rolling in, with people agreeing, it only added fuel to what he was already feeling. This interview made one thing clear. These thoughts weren't new. 21 has been questioning Atlanta's hierarchy for a long time.
I give you my opinion, nigga, and then I be like, but shit, you gotta do what you gotta do though, bitch. You chose this lane.
Yes.
That's what I tell you.
Thanks.
I might be like, I feel like you.
Especially where he fits in it. Future, staying true to his usual style, didn't rush to respond. No emotional outburst, no back and forth. Instead, he let his accomplishments do the talking. A post here, a reminder there. Subtle but loud. He was basically saying, no matter who's called the realist, the numbers still speak.
If I would've met you, bro, I don't feel like you supposed to been in the street. Cause you niggas don't know you really a smart ass, let it go ass nigga, call nigga phone, let it go ass nigga.
But a lot of niggas is them the
you
most
really a
dangerous.
smart ass.
But yeah, goddamn, I don't know I think what made me jump in the street was just my circumstances. I feel like I was forced in the street. Cause I couldn't do nothing else. I ain't got no green card.
I can't get no job. So how the hell else was I gonna survive? You feel what I'm saying? This is how I really feel. I feel like Atlanta is really goddamn, what's the word? Atlanta really a pedophile.
Cause Atlanta really groomed us, bro, since we was kids.
The fuck?
No, just listen to what I'm saying.
But let's be real. Those jail calls clearly struck a nerve. Hearing someone you once considered close question your character on a recorded line hits different. Especially when that person is someone you supported early on. Future has built his legacy by staying above chaos. That's how he stayed consistent while others lost momentum. But this situation feels different. That post about being the biggest wasn't random. It was a quiet statement of dominance. Not loud, not disrespectful, just firm. Still, choosing restraint can be risky. In certain circles, patience can be mistaken for hesitation. And when you're dealing with people who value action over talk, staying calm might not be enough to slow things down. This tension isn't loud yet, but it's heavy. And when pressure builds quietly, that's usually when things shift fast. After American Dream underperformed with roughly 50,000 first-week sales, 21 Savage finally stopped holding his tongue. That moment flipped a switch. What followed wasn't random posting. It was months of frustration spilling out all at once. He started firing off messages about being the realist, and that wasn't accidental. It was a clear response to Future's biggest talk, and everyone reading between the lines knew exactly who it was aimed at. But 21 didn't stop there. He went deeper than most artists ever dare to go publicly. He openly admitted that quality control had been wrong about certain situations, and he revealed that both he and Lil Baby knew Young Thug was moving the line when it came to loyalty standards. Even though they supported Thug publicly, 21 suggested they privately noticed inconsistencies that didn't sit right. That alone shocked people. It showed that even within Thug's inner circle, not everyone fully agreed with how situations were being handled. 21 basically admitted different rules were being applied depending on who benefited, not based on principles. Then he shifted gears and revealed that he personally tried to help Quavo and Offset settle their issues by putting them on a group call. He framed himself as someone trying to keep Atlanta united, while egos kept pulling things apart. The biggest moment came when he spoke on Young Thug and Gunna. 21 claimed Thug always knew Gunna wasn't built for street life, but they ignored it because it was convenient at the time.
Can't avoid Gunna. Your fans want to hear Drip Too Hard. They want to hear these songs that are amazing hit songs that you happen to have with Gunna. You're skipping them because Gunna's a snitch or a rat? I thought Young Thug's father said that. Technically, he's not, right? There's some YSL niggas now saying that, he's not. But Lil Baby's trying to stand on business and be like, f that. We're skipping the song. We're not even playing the song at the concert no more. I feel like something happened recently. Something behind the scenes. This confirms something happened behind the scenes.
That statement turned heads instantly. By saying that, 21 confirmed that allegations were overlooked because money was flowing. That's not something artists usually say out loud, ever. He also called out other Atlanta artists for switching sides when it suited them. To him, loyalty had become transactional, not real, and he positioned himself as the last voice willing to be honest in a scene full of politics. Let's be honest about the timing, though. The album's weak performance played a major role. For someone of 21's level, those numbers hit hard, and when attention starts slipping, controversy pulls it right back, starting tension with Future, one of Atlanta's biggest names, guaranteed headlines. Add industry truths on top of that, and suddenly everyone's watching again. Controversy brings clicks, and 21 knows that game well. He's clearly trying to reclaim his image as Atlanta's most authentic voice. It's risky because it burns bridges fast, but when momentum slows, risks start looking necessary. The problem is, this isn't just music talk anymore. When real crews, real money, and real pride get involved, things can spiral fast. And that's what makes this situation way more serious than a typical rap clash. 4L isn't just a name people throw around for image. This isn't a group built on tough lyrics and studio talk. These are individuals with real reputations, real history, and a code they take seriously. They're not simply part of 21 Savage's circle. They operate with their own structure and their own rules, and Atlanta knows that. So when 21 Savage talks a certain way, it's never just about music.
When Future say, yeah, he did say that. He said,
wait. Let's make one thing really clear. Lotto is beautiful. She's like
that's why Future.
She's hot. You cannot. She is bad.
That's why Future. Nigga.
Okay, well she is bad. I'm just gonna make that clear.
But you know that's why 21 Savage and Future was type
it
beefing.
Because I actually do like both their music a lot, but
yeah, I mean they both in the same.
But that happens.
21 Savage.
That happens though.
It happens. That's what I'm saying. Like if it was before you, why you can't get mad? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so then let me ask you this question: if you had to guess which rapper in the game, I mean, this is why I love you, because you don't give a and you're the only guy in the game that doesn't need to do collabs or do anything. You can just be yourself. PR, that's when you know. Wait, that's when you know you're the most powerful guys. When you don't need anybody else's clout or anybody else's shit, you can just do it on your own.
It carries weight because of where he comes from and who stands behind him. Add in wounded pride, disappointing album numbers, and tension that's been building for years, and the pressure starts stacking fast. From 21's side, he feels ignored and overshadowed. He believes his authenticity gets overlooked, while Future continues to receive praise he doesn't think is earned. From Future's perspective, it feels like betrayal. Someone he supported early on is now questioning his character publicly. And then there's Young Thug, watching all of this unfold from behind bars, likely realizing that private conversations sparked something much bigger than intended. Those jail calls were never meant for the public. But once they surfaced, lines were drawn. And in Atlanta's music scene, choosing sides isn't just symbolic. It carries real consequences. The Condo situation only adds fuel to an already tense environment. That wasn't industry drama. That involved actual money and people feeling violated. When unresolved street issues collide with public music tension, situations can shift fast. What makes this even more serious is that both sides have real influence. Future has deep industry ties, resources, and reach. 21 Savage has credibility, loyalty, and people willing to stand on principle. When power meets pride, things can spiral beyond control. Atlanta has seen this pattern before. When music disagreements cross into personal territory, the fallout rarely stays contained. Careers can stall, relationships break, and environments shift overnight. This situation isn't just about a few artists clashing online. It reflects a deeper struggle over influence, respect, and who gets to define authenticity in Atlanta hip-hop. For years, Future sat comfortably at the top, hit records, cultural impact, and recognition. But now, 21 Savage is openly challenging that position. And even from behind bars, Young Thug's presence still looms over the entire situation. This isn't loud yet, but it's heavy, and when things stay quiet while pressure builds, that's usually when the real turning point happens. Now you got a whole new generation watching closely, trying to figure out who really holds weight in Atlanta.
Hey, who you gonna say, Future? Who?
21 Savage.
Cause 21 used to be straight. I'm saying we were vibing on that SG twice type shit. I'm saying like you supposed to be sniper game, slaughter game, whatever the fuck or whatever. I'm saying, but I ain't gonna like. I remember a point in time like shit was fucked up about me, like on some shit like let's shoot the last right now, read shit like that, like bro, stay on, like all that good shit, all that other shit. And then I don't know, like I'm saying Drake Drake just got a certain like a little effect that he do to motherfuckers and shit. Cause like after the album they did together and shit like that, it was just like all of a sudden motherfuckers just felt like, you know what I'm saying, they ain't doing that pussy ass shit like that is shit like you made this shit like you vocalized it for real on the ground and on the internet, like you never vibing like that. I mean like on no shit.
Lines are being drawn quietly all over the city. Artists who grew up inspired by Future are now stuck in an awkward position, asking themselves if loyalty matters more than success, or if 21 Savage has a real point about authenticity. At the same time, there are street crews and business circles connected to both sides, forced to decide where they stand. And that's what makes this situation extra tense. This isn't a harmless online back and forth. These are real alliances being tested. What pushes this into dangerous territory is that both sides have real-world connections. This isn't two artists trading words and heading back to quiet neighborhoods. These are people with influence, resources, and circles that move with purpose. And when pride gets involved, things can shift fast. At the core of all this is a clash hip-hop has dealt with forever. Commercial success versus street credibility. Future represents dominance through hits, reach, and mainstream impact. 21 Savage represents lived experience, standing firm and not bending for approval. This situation is forcing Atlanta to confront which one it values more. And in a culture that claims authenticity above everything else, that's not an easy choice. Because once people start choosing sides, unity disappears fast. When you step back and look at the full picture, this didn't really start with one post or one interview. It started when those jail calls surfaced. Young Thug's words pulled the curtain back on years of strained relationships and quiet resentment. 21 Savage choosing Thug over Future made his priorities crystal clear. Loyalty first, even if it means challenging the bigger star. Some people see that as honorable, others see it as reckless. Either way, it changed the tone of everything. The Condo situation only reinforces that this isn't just industry chatter. That involved real money, real trust, and real fallout that never got resolved. And when you add 21's online rant after his album struggled, it shows how pressure can push people into bold, risky moves. Future's calm approach has protected him for years. Staying focused, staying quiet, and letting success speak has worked until now. In Atlanta, silence can sometimes be read the wrong way, and perception carries just as much weight as reality. At the end of the day, this situation proves one thing loud and clear: success doesn't always equal respect. And sometimes calling out what feels fake comes with a cost, even if it flips the whole city against you. Now the real question is where this actually goes next. Does this stay online and within the music, or does it spill into something much heavier? Right now, Atlanta is watching closely. The conversations are happening quietly. The pressure is building, and everyone's waiting to see who really stands on what they claim. The unsettling part is that once situations like this start, they're hard to contain. What began as leaked calls, wounded pride, and public tension could turn into real fallout if cooler heads don't step in. And in Atlanta's music scene, where real life and entertainment constantly overlap, that possibility hits different. There's too much history, too much emotion, and too much pride tied up in this. And when authenticity, loyalty, and respect are all being questioned at the same time, even small moves can carry big weight. So what do you think? Is 21 Savage speaking his truth about Future? Or is this more about protecting his image after his album struggled? And do you believe this stays on social media? Or does it move into something more serious behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear how you see this playing out. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. This story is still unfolding, and the next update could shift everything. And before you go, check out the next video on your screen for more celebrity drama, behind-the-scenes tension, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. I'll see you on the next one.